Today, I need to talk about something that is affecting far too many Palworld players that there's a good chance you're not doing or you're not utilizing enough. That is Pal labor research. Also, I just remembered that on this channel, I used to do Austin John Gaming. Also, I want to say thank you. We hit 50,000 subscribers on the channel, on this secondary fun channel that we're doing here, that we're covering non-Nintendo games. So thank you for that. Level 19, you unlock the Pal Labor Research Lab. It costs pretty much nothing to build, some ingots and some Pal frags, and it looks like this. You go ahead and put it down in your base, and you research things. You need to be doing this, and the sooner you do it in your game, the better off you are. I want to spend some time to talk about the ones you should focus on, materials that you may need to get for it, and overall best practices. The two you should be focusing first are handiwork and kindling. Not actually because of doing handiwork and doing kindling tasks, but because of the benefits that you could get from here. The first level task is always cheap and easy. For kindling, it's 10 flame organs and 30 charcoal. For watering, it's 20 Pal fluids and 5 manuscripts. For planting, berries, wood, manuscripts. Electricity, organs, ingots, manuscripts, you get the idea, right? It's typically one organ or one item associated with it and some manuscripts. Mining isn't even manuscripts. This is the cheapest one out of all of them. Medicine production is probably the biggest pain in the butt out of all of them, but you don't need medicine production till like the late game. The first and easiest tasks that you should be doing in here are the ones that do not require manuscripts, like kindling level 1, handiwork level 1. You just click it, charcoal, flame organs, begin research, mining, some stone, I'm just gonna click it now. And research is in progress. Then your pals are gonna come on over when they have no other tasks to do in higher priority, and they're gonna come here and work on it. Some things you may not know is there's no limit to the amount of Pal labor research stands that you can put down. If you can build it, then you probably should. And then multiple pals can come on over and work on the same one labor research at the same time. My Tansy Ignis is not doing very well. He is very low sanity, and that's probably because he's doing ingots and he's a low smelting level and it's not going great. We're not going to talk about that. But because his workload is full, he's not going to have any time to come on over and start working. But I have this Tombat. I'm gonna go ahead, put him in my party, and while I'm just hanging out here at the base, I'm just gonna go ahead and throw him out. So he's not taking away from my camp's ability to actually do tasks. Everyone is still doing their job, and if there's no mining that needs to happen right now, someone's gonna come on over and take care of it. Now, as you're seeing, it's going very slowly. I would recommend a healthy balance of coming back to your base, implementing new pals, and then using this opportunity to go and explore a little bit. Maybe go find your next fast travel point that you can unlock. If you're in the early game, go to your early game islands to the south, and your early game islands to the east, and your early game islands to the north. Unlock all of those fast travel points, get the levels, get the experience. When you come back, if this is not complete, that means that your base really needs more mining ability, or whatever task you're currently researching. Anytime that you want, you can come in here and you can cancel one of the tasks and you get all of the resources refunded back to you, as you see here on the left. Oh, there's a combat. Oh, it's just another dire howl. In addition, if you have multiple bases, you should be putting down Pal labor research at all of your bases. That way, all of your pals through all of your bases, whoever can do the task will do the task. I'm sorry, I need to take a quick break for a better smelter, so I'm over here just catching myself in RSOX with, oh my god, I have the most garbage equipment. Okay. Good luck, hyperspheres. Inside of the kindling tree, which I said you should be focusing on first, down the left-hand branch, you get work speed for kindling, which is just charcoal, flame organs, ingots, and manuscripts. And then, once you get to level 2 over here, this is when you start getting into the mass cooking techniques. Every time that you cook, you're gonna get 5% more food. That's fantastic. Below that is the same thing, but for ingots. Now, this one is a little bit of a jump up because this is refined ingots, so now that's only once you make your way into coal. And under the handiwork tab, you have additional spheres being crafted 5%, additional ammo 5%, additional spheres 10%, and additional ammo 10%. These things here are going to help you out a lot in the mid game. For the early game before coal, definitely get to here. Also, you can unlock the Flame Cauldron. The Flame Cauldron, after you unlock it inside of the tech tree, at level 21, you'll see must research Flame Cauldron development. After you research it, you can then buy the technology, and then it's going to be buildable under the other tab. This makes it so that all of your fire making things are making fire faster. It just improves the speed of all of your kindling related tasks. In fact, if you don't know what to research, you should always work down the left-hand most side for these items. That being the large toolbox, the flame cauldron, the fountain, the flower bed. For electricity, it's actually a little bit lower, and it's the electric pylon, the stump and axe, the mining cart, the snowman, and the witch's cauldron. Now, for a lot of people, your biggest holdup is going to be ancient Pal manuscripts, and there are two ways to get Pal manuscripts in the game. One, which is the easiest and goes hand in hand with this, is the Pal Expedition Station. Unlocked at level 22, you take this and you plop it down. This absolutely colossal structure doesn't need to be in the base completely. In fact, about half of it can be sticking out. For that reason, some people like to just go ahead and throw it on their roof. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. Like you'll see right here, I have it mostly outside of the circle. I mean, technically it's mostly inside, otherwise it would deteriorate. And I'm gonna go ahead and collect these materials, including 8 Pal manuscripts. The other way to get manuscripts is from fishing all throughout the world, which you unlock at level 15. And not only does fishing have a chance to get you manuscripts, but it also gives you an opportunity to get some very high level pals that have a high expedition power. And that's probably what you wanna be doing for the early mid game. Like soon as you hit level 15, bro, please start fishing. Start fishing, start doing your stands, start doing your expeditions. I should probably make a video on expeditions and fishing. When you first start doing expeditions, you're only going to have access to the first one, and that's after you take down Grisbolt, the first boss. So that should be a very easy, high priority for you. When you're in here and all your pals are in your party that you want, and all your pals are at your base that you want, click auto assign, and then rewards right now I'm at plus 167%. Whatever the default amount that I should be rewarded, I'm gonna get an additional 67% of that. Honestly, I could do its entire video on the expedition station, and I'm probably going to, but for now, whatever you can throw out, do throw out. Even if you don't have enough pals to fully populate all of this, something is better than nothing. So I went ahead, smelted up some charcoal, and now I'm just gonna take my pal and throw him on. Because they have no cooking tasks or smelting tasks, they're gonna wake up, come on over, and start working on this alongside with my Foxparks from my party that I went ahead and I threw down to help on out. Actually, can we get a nice photo mode here? There you go. Hopefully that all fits in the thumbnail. So I have my one base pal working on this, and then I also have my Foxparks from my party working on this. And I think the other Arsox is off working on something. Probably mining, trees, whatever his other thing is. This right-hand tab, which is the tips, I really don't like doing any of these research tasks just because it just makes everything else faster. And it requires manuscripts, and eventually you're going to get to a point in the game where you don't have enough manuscripts. I mean, yeah, Attack of Base Pals is great, and you know, once you start doing raids and things, yes, these are handy, but like the amount of investment that you have to do to actually get up to that point, this requires 70 manuscripts and 10 million work. It's gonna be a long time until you're there. Perfect. They're all done. Kindling level 1 is complete. Now, I want them to work on handiwork level 1. I have all the ingredients for it. But now, you should be planning ahead. The next thing I want is either spheres or large toolbox. Well, I have everything that I need for both of these tasks. I have only 10 cement, so at one of my many tool benches, I'm gonna have them go ahead and start working on cement for me. Under kindling, I need 50 charcoal and more flame organs. I'm gonna queue up the task, have them make more charcoal than I need. I'm gonna have them queue up and make some bread. Allow transport by pals is on. But as far as the flame organs go, I have two options. One, I could get myself a ruby and stick him in the camp and replace my wool maker over there, my Melpaca, or I could just take down some fire pals out in the wild. Well, why don't I do both at the same time? Why don't I take this opportunity to go ahead and explore my additional starter islands? And since I'm so close to the southwestern ones, I'm just going to, from my base, fly on over and start exploring this place. I want to get 15 flame organs or rubies. And since I have 79 regular pal spheres, I'm going to send out my Dire Howl. Let's take a look at what moves you have. You have garbage moves. That's what I thought. Did I get any good skill fruit? I have Spirit Flame, Lightning Streak, and Ignis Breath. I'm going to grab these two common fruits. I'm going to teach them to my Dire Howl, and we're going to go explore. Oh, and hey, look at that. One of the first pals I see is Ruby. I have my Ring of Mercy on, which means that I'm in a perfect position to just come on over, use Lightning Streak, and catch the pal with a 100% success rate. Tansy, I don't have 5 of them because otherwise that icon would be yellow next to his name. I'm going to use my basic attack. I'm going to throw a ball and I'm good. Sorry, Sphere. Ruby, Lightning Streak. Ruby, Ignis Breath. I got my Mimog effigy. One thing I should say is be careful if you're doing this with fire or dragon type attacks, as both of those can leave the pal with a burn, and then the damage over time tick of the burn can bring them below 1 to actually knock them out, and you probably don't want that. Also, fire pals and water pals are immune to getting burned, so you don't need to worry about that for them. On that trip, I got 36 flame organs, which is a very nice amount, and on top of that, we also caught ourselves a whole bunch of rubies. Rubies we can assign to ranching, and they're going to be dropping flame organs for us, so now we have an infinite supply of them forever and ever. And we have one who's a positive thinker, so they're going to drop sanity less. That's cool. Go ahead, start grazing, and just live there forever. Bye. As we see, my handiwork is not up to snuff because they're only at 7% since I left. Did they make the cement? At least they made the cement. I wanted to hop into my main game and just discuss what your end game tasks should be looking like. And as you can see, I've been doing a lot of them with the exception of medicine production. And that's mostly just because I wanted to first find the vendor that I could buy the cavern mushrooms from. And as you can clearly see, I did. I did not find the wandering merchant who sells the beautiful flowers yet, so I need to make my way out to the sanctuary to go get more of those. But medicine production is very handy when you're in the end game because you have your H-It tables over here, and your H-It tables not only require handiwork, but they also require medicine level 6. I maxed out my handiwork just so that they can craft everything faster. I maxed out my kindling, my ingots, and my food, which the food multiplier is so helpful when it comes to making your cakes for breeding. Your ingot multiplier is handy, I mean, throughout the entire game, but especially once you start getting into plasteel for your crude oil, and then for your paloxite for your holy tree water usage. Oh, you finished with that already? Great. More. I didn't really do a lot of plantation growth and yield just because I don't really need more vegetables right now. My vegetables are doing fine. If anything, the only thing holding me back from making cakes more is my pal drops, and I mean, honestly, I'm fine with that. But watering speed is very helpful when it comes to your skill fruit trees. And then additional crafting probability of ore. This is just an additional 15% ore every time that you're harvesting it at your base, which in the end game, once you're onto the fabricators, and you're able to just fabricate any of the ores in the game, then that's pretty helpful. For planting, the thing holding me off is the Gumos leaf, which is another reason I was trying to get the legendary vendors. I made a whole video on those guys, and that's the only reason I haven't actually progressed down this tree more, just because of the Gumos leaves. Electricity generation is very helpful when you're trying to run multiple oil extractors, like 3 or 4 or 6 oil extractors at a base. I find the power storage capacity completely useless, as you could just build accumulators. But under the lumbering tab, you're going to see expedition time minus 5%, minus 10%, and another 5%. And expedition rewards. You should be doing these as soon as possible to get more manuscripts. plus 5%, plus 10%, plus 5%. Under the mining tab, you have the same things. Expedition time minus 5%, rewards plus 5, expedition minus 10, expedition plus 10. And also down here is crude oil extraction speed, plus 20%, plus 30%, plus 40%. You extract your crude oil much faster. Under cooling, I'm now in the firm belief that cooling is a scam and you don't need it any time except for in the end game with the ancient furnaces that require level 6 cooling. That way they can make the end game ingots for you. Item decay speed for your food being 5% and 5% less, kind of nice. And the only thing holding me back from doing this more is Swee hair. Yet another reason I was trying to get the legendary vendors. I did make a video on legendary vendors, so if you want to check that out, it should be on the channel somewhere. And medicine production, now we can finally start pumping these out, and I already did 2 of these. Let's do the Witch's Cauldron and finally get this up to snuff. Oh, and after you complete 70 PAL labor research projects, you get a Steam achievement, so that might be a reason to do them all on their own. You could have clicked on any video on YouTube, but you choose to click on my face, so for that, I say thank you. If you made it to this part of the video and you're not subscribed, what are you doing with your life? Till next time, Austin John Gaming out.